community outreach and care of God's creation initially felt like somewhat separate goals until we realized that both involve significant action and advocacy on behalf of the vulnerable people and a vulnerable creation, both often exploited for profit. While we at St. John's are passionate about community ministry alongside those on the margins, we also want to be passionate about the damage to creation that most often negatively impacts those same marginalized brothers and sisters. This goal represents an intentional effort to bring together education, advocacy, action, and mutuality, both within St. John's and within our Wake Forest community. The community outreach and care of God's creation goal states, by December 2024, St. John's aims to engage as many as 75% of our parishioners in at least one food security effort, 50% of parishioners in at least one affordable housing effort, and 50% of parishioners in at least one creation care effort each year. St. John's will annually lead or participate in 8 to 12 such events, some internal to St. John's and some with a community-wide reach. As a parish, we will prioritize activities that grow our awareness of systems that perpetuate social injustice and/or the degradation of God's creation. Engage us in concrete actions both within our parish life and in the wider community that improve the physical, mental, and spiritual well-being of vulnerable neighbors and the well-being of Earth's creatures and ecosystems. Evaluate the environmental impact of our activities as a parish and our use of parish resources, including buildings, grounds, and technology, with the goal of reducing negative impacts and increasing positive impacts. Build enduring relationships with diverse neighbors, and finally, enable us to join forces with neighbors and other community organizations to advocate for social justice and the health of the environment and climate.
I see my life as a journey, and I'm not interested in walking this road by myself. Along with my family and my friends, I need people with me, other people that have things to teach me and who've had different experiences to share with me.
Our goal with Creation Care is to help people connect to a sense of hope about the future of God's creation. It can be really difficult the more you hear about the status of our world, and the closer you are to the topic of climate change. It can be hard to stay hopeful. And we want to help people learn about some of the hopeful things that are happening, come together in community so that we can support each other in sustaining hope, and to create hope for ourselves and for others by what we can do right here on the St. John's campus and by what we can do in the greater community. So that's our real goal, connecting the St. John's community and our community to hope for the future of God's creation.
My prayer and my hope is that this work gets us a little closer in creating a beloved community in Wake Forest and in the broader world.
St. John's has a native plant teaching garden that has almost 50 different types of plants, several bird feeders, and 2 small garden ponds. Gardening with native plants is an important way that we can help with the stewardship of God's creation by helping to make sure that all plants and animals have a place to live. Caring for native plants also benefits people in many ways. As much as 30% of the food that we eat relies on pollination.
Food nourishes the body and soul. At Community Table in Wake Forest, the provision as well as the reception of nourishment feeds those touched by this program. The volunteers come from the Northeast community and farther away, and all savor the real community that has formed around this effort.
And we pray, give us such an awareness of your mercies that with truly thankful hearts we may show forth your praise, not only with our lips, but in our lives, by giving up ourselves to your service and by walking before you in holiness and righteousness all our days.